What national security is it when someone has no health care, no secure education? Those are not secure rights. I say now that such guarantee of that security should begin at birth.
Marianne Williamson is back, this time talking about number 7 on her Economic Bill of Rights, and a rather groundbreaking idea that I feel often gets overlooked: baby bonds. For those who don't know, baby bonds refers to the act of endowing money to babies when they are born, say $1,000, and then every year until they turn 18, they get money added to that savings based off their family's income, which is then given to them when they turn 18. This is a cost-effective way to address and reduce poverty levels and wealth gaps, and so I want to hear what Marianne has to say, and then we'll get into some numbers.
The right to a meaningful endowment of resources at birth. One of the most powerful ways to fight poverty is through baby bonds, by which every child is allotted at birth an amount of money that will become a conduit to wealth creation in their adult years. The best baby bond proposals restrict the use of those funds to wealth-building activities such as buying a home or farm, going to a college or trade school, or starting a business.
She puts it great, and I actually love the idea of restricting its use only to things that build wealth. And this is not a novel concept. It has already been proposed by Senators Ayanna Pressley and Cory Booker in the AOAA, which would allot $1,000 to at birth to children, with up to additionally $2,000 every year until they turn 18, with low-income households being the ones receiving the full $2,000 a year. If put into place 25 years ago, on average, Black children would be given $27,500, Hispanic children would be given just under $20,000, and white children would be given over $7,000. This is calculated loosely off average household wealth. As aforementioned, the payments are based off income and not race. Obviously, if you're white and poor, you're going to be getting the $27,500. However, closing the poverty and the overall wealth gap, it would, as we see, take tremendous strides in addressing the racial wealth gap as well, taking it from 91%, where we see between African Americans and white families, the household disparity in income when house equity is not included is 91%. It could take it down to 25. That is tremendous strides by something that would only cost around $60 billion a year. And while a bill has not been passed at the federal level, a few states have stepped out and taking initiative, Connecticut being the first and giving $3,200 to babies. Washington, D.C. and California followed, with now 8 additional states having at least proposed baby bond legislation.
While such plans would cost taxpayers up to $60 billion a year, that amount is less than the 10% of what we spend on our annual defense budget, an item at this point labeled almost ironically as our national security. What national security is it when someone has no health care, no secure education, no secure safety, no secure economic prospects? Those are not secure rights. And when I am president, such guarantee will become real. Security will be a real concept rather than a slogan that makes money simply for defense contractors. And I say now that such guarantee of that security should begin at birth.
Beautifully put, and truly security does start from within. What are we spending all that money on to secure when those inside America can barely even afford to live when they're struggling paycheck to paycheck? It's also worth noting that closing the racial wealth gap could stimulate the economy by over $1 trillion, well outweighing the $60 billion in costs. And as I always say when discussing these types of things, as with a lot of things the government allots and spends on and implements, you can just move the budget around, trim here, recalculate there, retool the way it works to where it's not an increase in taxes that we see, it's just something additionally that we fund. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We're pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we are open to right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video, because the only way we become a society is together.